It's your girl Kimmi, #1 notary educator, teaching you all things notary, how to grow the business, how to do the business, how to be more profitable in your business. How is it going? I want to say hey to all those that will listen to the podcast replay, all those who will watch the replay here. We'll give YouTube a few minutes to do what it does. And then today we're going to come back with a little more training, and that is going to be on what is a seller's package. We are still rolling out the new book, How to Become a Notary Signing Agent. It's not that complicated. I am sitting outside because it is just so nice. My next appointment is not till 2:30. So I have a few minutes, probably about 40 minutes, to kind of hang out. How is it going, everyone? Yeah, the weather is so nice. I said I'm going to take advantage of it just to get a little air before I do my 2:30 appointment, and do a little teaching really quick on what is a seller's package, why you don't have to be afraid of becoming a notary signing agent, because I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into what a seller's package looks like, okay? Yesterday we did loan modification, so if you missed that video, go back and catch it. What is a loan modification? Today we're going to do what is a seller's package, okay? Again, I'm rolling out my new book, Become a Notary Signing Agent. Not too late for you, and it's not that complicated. So let's get right into it. Where's everybody from today? Let's see. When you get ready, just say, hey, Kimmi, what's up? All right, we're going to get started, though, because I want to make sure I can cover the information. So what is a seller's package? It is just that. A signing company, a lender will find you direct. A signing company will find you through like a SnapDocs or signingagent.com or signingorder.com, and they'll say, hey, I need you to complete a seller's package. So what is it? It's just that a person is selling property. Typically it's the whole house, but I have had many where it's just a piece of the land that people are selling. So that's called a seller's package. And a seller's package is pretty simple. They tend to be about maybe 20 to 30 pages. I have had some as many as like 50 pages. Still not a big deal. I teach you to always print 2 sets unless your instructions from the company says otherwise, because I like my clients to know what it is that they're signing, even though they have gone over the numbers with the company or the lender. Some people say, well, Kimmi, why I gotta print 2? They already went over it. Why do I have to waste paper? Yeah, we're going to waste paper because we're going to make sure our client feels comfortable. A lot of times the numbers may have changed a little bit. So if you bring a document and it's signing that they're selling their property for $120,000, but they really thought they were supposed to get 130, that's going to be a problem. So I always like to let them see what it is that they're signing. So I always print 2 unless, again, the signing company or title says, hey, only print 1. They don't need a copy for some reason. Okay, that's just best practice. That's my best practice. Hey, Lisa, what's going on today? So yeah, I'm just hanging out a little bit till I get ready for my 2:30 appointment. So again, so a seller's package typically is someone selling their home, selling a piece of land, and they need you to facilitate it. So what happens is a seller's package, like I said, will have typically about maybe 4 to 5 notarizations in the package. Some of those documents might be an affidavit of name, and they're trying to confirm, well, I am Kimberly Nunnally. Well, in the past, was I known as Kimberly Smith? Was I known as Kimberly Jones? Was I known as Kimberly Y Nunnally? Or, so it's different variations of the person's name. That's called a name affidavit. You'll see many forms of it, many forms. So I always say don't memorize, but I want you to know that form is part of a seller's package, okay? Also part of the seller's package, it could be that the home is in an HOA, okay? It's part of an HOA, so that's a document within the package also. And the client has a sign saying that, hey, I know I'm a part of an HOA. You hear HOA horror stories. And for those of you who don't know what an HOA is, it's a homeowners association. That means that property is located in a community, a covenant community, where you can't just change the shutter of your the color of your shutters. You can't just put up a fence if you want to. You can't just paint it red, orange. It has to be approved. So when you're buying a property, sometimes you will see that form in there. Not all sellers packages have it, okay? Not all buyers packages have it. We're going to do buyers tomorrow. But not all packages are created equal. So what you may see in one package, you may not see in another. So the way I teach, and I like you to be familiar with, is just know that these things exist. If you see it, there's no need to panic, okay? So typically a seller's package, also depending on what state the home is located, could require a witness. And we talk about witnesses all the time. That document does not move, that package does not move without having witnesses. So now is the time while you're building your business to get witnesses. Okay, that may sound like you talking to your boyfriend, your husband, your mother, your father. Hey, I'm starting this business. I may need somebody to serve as a witness for me. I'll pay you for that. Just a few minutes of your time. Okay, so now's the time. Yes, sellers packages do require witnesses. Most of the time, lenders and signing companies want scan backs of these sellers packages. Why? Because as we mentioned yesterday, sometimes they will use the actual scan backs to fund or give the money to whoever is deserving of the money that, from the sale of the property. Okay, so they'll use the scan backs. That's why they use blue ink 90% of the time. Most of your sellers packages, buyers packages will be blue ink. Most loan modifications are black. Okay, always read the instructions because some of them are very clear. They may only want you to use black. Okay, I say the standard in the industry is blue. If you're not doing something where it tells you to do black, blue is the industry standard. Okay, again, we're going to always follow the instructions. All right, so don't forget, again, you can check out my new book, Become a Notary Signing Agent. I cover all the different packages that you could possibly encounter, how to market your business, how to actually become a notary, some common terms that you need to know. It's all covered right here. The book is in digital form or either paperback. This is paperback. Boom. All right, what questions do we have today? What is going on in these notary streets? While I wait on your questions, comments about sellers packages, I'm going to show you my new journals. Check them out. Check them out if you have not. This is my favorite. And people are going crazy for the purple. People love the purple. So I got purple, pink. It's 10 different ones you can choose from. Okay? So just check it out. So I said hi to Lisa. She's saying hello to everyone. Sunshine and Rainbows TV says, where can we get the digital form? All things notaryeducatorsllc.com. You can get the ebook. Yes, you can get the ebook. Notaryeducatorsllc.com. Sunshine and Rainbows. Love it. Yes, what other questions do we have? The journals also. So when you go to Notary Educators LLC, you can click under the ebooks, or under the book collection rather, sorry. Or if you're looking for the journal collection, you can go under journal collection and see the different journals that we have. And again, there's 10 different ones you can choose from. It is so nice out today. Do you guys ever just get out and just get some air in your lungs? Just for a few minutes if you can. Oh, the pollen might be out here. I don't know. But regardless, I'm going to sit out here for a few minutes and just get me a little air. And then I'm going to get ready for my 2:30 appointment today. And as I was mentioning yesterday about being flexible in your schedule, there are plenty of opportunities. I had somebody, after we got off the live yesterday, one of our mentees, she actually, and Lisa can attest to this because she's in the chat, she actually took a signing at a hospital for 7 a.m. She starts work at 9. And Lori was on here yesterday, so I don't think she would mind me sharing this. Lisa, you saw how we went back and forth with Lori. So let me tell you what happened with Lori's situation really quick. And this is where I want you all to be notary pros. And this is the training that you receive over a mentorship. In case you didn't know, we do offer a full-blown mentorship program. This is one of the things. So Lori was like, well, hey, I need to do my screening questions, which she already knows how to do. She's done some notarizations. But she was like, telling her client, hey, I need to make sure of how many exact notarizations. Lori knew what type of documents were going to be needed to be notarized. Estate packages rather. And after our conversation, first we started in the chat, then we had to come out of the chat. I had to call her, and I would do that if I have to, if I feel we need further explanation on something. So she was like, well, I need to find out exactly how many numbers. I said, Lori, do you really need to know how many notarizations? Because you already know what kind of documents he has. It's an estate/trust package. He's telling you, I have a medical directive, I have a power of attorney, I have dot, dot, dot. So they're telling you what they have. Do you really need to know every single thing? No, you do not, right? So I called her and I said, hey, Lori, you can go ahead and quote your price. Because if you stall too long, guys, and this is all parts of the business, you see this already. If you're a signing agent and you're trying to get jobs and you're like, oh, they go so quick. If you're taking too much time to think about it, I don't know how much I should charge. I don't know how many stamps it is. I don't know this. I don't know that. That job is gone. Okay? So I called Lori. I said, hey, you don't need to know all that. You already know it's an estate package. And Jasmine had chimed in the chat yesterday to shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine knew what it was because I asked Lori. I said, Lori, based on the documents that the client told you that they have, what kind of package do you have? And I was waiting on Lori to tell me, but Jasmine chimed in. Again, shout out to Jasmine. It was an estate package. So you don't need to know every single thing. You already know this is going to take you about 45 minutes. You already know it's like 4 or 5 major documents. What is your price? What is your price? So I go over pricing and everything in the course. So I called Lori. I said, hey, call your client back and let them know it's going to be dot, dot, dot. The only missing piece that you need to know is who are going to be the witnesses. Are you providing them? Is he providing them? And if you have to charge for that. Other than that, you don't have to see every single document because you already know what it consists of. We go over that in the estate/trust package training course, okay? So that course is part of mentorship, or you can buy it separately using coupon code WIN2025 at Notary Educators LLC. And in that course, I train you how to learn those key buzzwords so you'll know what the package is. You already know, okay, they're talking about a medical advance, a directive. Okay, they're talking about an estate, trust, whatever. Those are key buzzwords, okay? So you'll know what that package looks like, what it consists of. So you should know how to price it. So Lori called the client back after our conversation. She sealed the deal. Lori works full time. She is going at 7 a.m. I believe it's tomorrow or Thursday. And she got an assignment before work. Okay. So yesterday the question came up, well, am I limited because, and this was also in a group recently too, am I limited to doing signings because I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5? You're only as limited as you are yourself. Hey, Jasmine, I just gave you a shout out. Yeah, woohoo, Lori. So Lori got that signing at 7 a.m. And after our phone call with her, and quite frankly, and I told her this, if you take too long answering all these questions about the fee, how much is it going to cost, he's going to call the next notary, and the next notary is going to say, hey, that'll be $50, $75, $100, whatever their price is. And they're going to get the job. So we don't have a lot of time in there to be wondering and doubting. I need to see every single thing. Let me touch every single paper. Can you send me a copy of it? I have notaries say that. Can I ask my client to send me a picture of everything before I start? No, you cannot. Oh, I forgot to tell people that I was live in the group. I forgot. I was gonna do that. Um, yeah, I was gonna tell people in the mentor program I was live over here, just in case they had a question. We actually meet on Friday, but in case they wanted to talk about something right now, I forgot to do that. I'm gonna start doing that when I go live. But anyway, my point is, the question was, am I limited because I work full time? You're only as limited as you limit yourself. And Lori be about her business. She get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I tell her, go ahead and ask for the higher price because of the fee. So because of the time, rather. So her initial price was about $25, a little bit. Well, let's go back. Her initial price I felt was $100 over market value. It was about $100 over. I'm like, Lori, is that what you can charge on your estate? I don't know. So we got it together. Again, we talked it out. I called her. And when we finished, we came up to a price where she felt comfortable to go and get her money. She felt that it was worth it. She felt valued, et cetera, et cetera. So we took off $100. She took it down 25 too low. I said, because it's at 7 a.m., you can bring it up 25 more. So she did. She called the client and got that thing booked. And now she is booked and busy, as they say. Okay. So a lot of times we need to know what to do. And I don't blame you all that you don't know what to do. You're told sometimes here on YouTube, you don't need training. All training is a hustle. Trainers are scammers. I'm not a scammer, hon. I've been here for 5 years, I guess. A little over 5. Almost 6. About 5 on YouTube. But yeah, so all trainers are not scammers. Be cautious, because sometimes I always say you might purchase the wrong training at the wrong time. There's no need for you to be buying marketing and you don't know how to notarize. That's my opinion. Okay. Now, in my mentorship program, I do have give you access to all 16 trainings. But again, I could tell if somebody is working the program because they're going to ask me something about a notarization. I have to go back and say, hey, did you go back and watch Notarize Like a Pro? People often want to start with how much should they charge. You don't need to be charging nobody nothing and you don't know what you're doing. Okay, that's just facts. We're going to deal in reality today. All right, we ain't charging people money and we don't know what we're doing. That's just the reality. Now, what I tell you to do and what I encourage you to do is let's learn the notarization process. Let's look into the specialty course. Let's look at the the estate course, estate/trust course. Then we can go into the pricing. Okay, at least get those 3 basics under your belt, because that way you'll know what you're doing. You'll feel more confident when it comes to pricing, right? That's something everybody struggles with, is pricing. But shout out to Lori, because she works the plan. She does what we tell her. Excuse me. I think it's still a little pollen out here. Yeah, so shout out to those that work the plan. If you work the plan works. If you work the program works. Okay? And Jasmine just got her Google review card. If you've not seen that, it's on the notary supply list. It's free. Check that out. That was shout out to Kent. He gave us that idea about that. I had saw it before, but I never used it. It's a little review card for Google, and the person just taps it. If the tap doesn't work, like I was telling Jasmine earlier, no biggie. We're going to get that review no matter what. Okay? So the review card may or may not tap with someone's telephone, but that don't mean we're not going to ask for it. Okay? We're going to still ask for it. So check out all things notary, notaryeducatorsllc.com. That might mean you need to send them your review link. Okay? I have pre-typed scripts, and I talk about that. I think I provided them in the course, but I'll tell you what that is right now. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to guess. Thank you, Mr. Smith. It was my pleasure serving you today. Please leave me a 5-star review. Click the link and make it that simple and send it to them. Okay? I am not going to say just leave a review. I want to tell them what to put in there, what to put. For example, 5 stars. Don't leave me no 4-star review. I don't want that. Don't leave me no 3-star review. I don't want that. I want you to leave me 5 stars. And if I feel like I didn't provide a 5-star experience, then I'm not going to send the link at all. I'll just send a nice thank you, though. I always thank my client. Always thank my client. I had a client the other day who was trying to bully me a little bit. I talked about this just a wee bit yesterday. And he was trying to bully me. And that, I don't like when people do that. You know, you do that with your women out there. I'm not one of your women. I'm not one of your girls. You understand what I'm saying? So he's like a little player kind. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. And I know you know. We're all grown. And that may work with somebody who you're trying to talk to. But I'm not trying to be talked to. I'm your notary. Okay? This is a professional relationship. So what you do over there trying to get a girl's number is not working with me. Okay? So he's trying to do all that little thinky thing he does. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to be this. So he was like, oh, he pulls up, I need a copy. Well, we didn't discuss that on the phone. So now your fee changed. Okay? Then make the copy, do the notarization. And he goes, oh, I would like a copy of that too. Oh, okay. More money. The fee changed. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. We're not friends. Mm-hmm. I'm your notary. I'm your business professional. This is my business. So again, whatever you're doing over there, you do it over there, but you ain't doing it over here. I'm not that impressed with you, okay? I'm just not. And guys will pull that sometimes, you know? And I'm sure as women, we do it too. You know, we bat our eyelashes a little bit more, be like, hey, you know, whatever. And I get that, you know? But you're not going to bully me. And he was like, well, I go over to Staples. Well, go to Staples, honey. You right here, right now. So if you want to go over there and get it done, deuces. I'll see you when you get back. But if you want me to do it, this is what the fee is going to be. So just be cautious out there. Again, we're not going to be rude, but I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. You know, I told you guys about another person one day. I'm going to get this comment, too, from Anita. Hey, Anita, I'm going to get that comment. Yeah, another time a guy, he was here and Jeffrey wasn't here. So I think he thought he was gonna play around. So he was like, his fee was, let's say it's $40. Because I know it was 220s involved. I think it was 35. And he pulled out 120. He was like, this is all I got. Oh really? The fee is 40. So, oh, you can't do for 20? No, I cannot. So it was two ladies that was with him. And that's why I wasn't like super like nervous or nothing. And they were looking like, why is he playing with her? They were even looking like that. The lady told you how much it costs. And he was a repeat client too. So after that, I don't do business with him anymore. I think he knew it anyway, so he doesn't call me anymore. And I'm good with that. All money is not good money. You don't even want everybody as your client. You know, if you're having issues with somebody like that, take your losses, cut it. It's over. Our relationship is done. Okay? It's done. It's done. So let me get Anita's comment. Anita says, hi, Kimmi and everyone. I recently found your channel, loving the content. You have me thinking of getting my commission again. I previously only used it at work. Yeah, Anita, we find that a lot. A lot of people have that got their commission because they were what I call a work notary. That's the term we use around here. They got it for work. They don't know why they stamping. Somebody just sticks something in front of you and you just stamp. Just stamp. You don't even know why. You don't even have no journal. If you do, it belongs to the company, right? But I was a work notary too. I did not know you can make money doing this until 2019. I did not know it was a thing. Short version, my sister was ill. Her friend came by the hospital. I'm like, hey, what you doing for work? And she was like, I'm a notary. And I said, a notary? I said, people pay you for that? She was like, yeah. She said, they even come to my home. I go to their homes. I said, oh, really? So I came home, started doing my research, and I was like, oh, that's a whole situation. I'm looking on YouTube, and I said, oh, but I couldn't find nobody to tell me how to do it. That's how I started my channel. I said, you know what? I'm going to tell people what to do, how to do it. And then people were like, hey, can you mentor me? Hey, can you tell me this? Hey, 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 hey. And I started helping people. So I say all that to say it's different from being a work notary than being a business owner notary. You need to know why you're stamping documents. You need to have your proper insurances in place. You need to have your proper supplies. So Anita, I would highly recommend it if you are looking for a side business. I don't even like to say side hustle because you'll treat it like that. Anything on the side of corn, side of coleslaw, side of the main appetizer, the main meal rather, or entree is chicken. You'd be like, let me get a side of coleslaw. Let me get a side. Oh, it's $1. Let me get a side of this, you know. No, I want you to treat it like a business. So that's why I usually don't say the word side hustle. But if you're looking for a side income, side business, it's an excellent way to make money. We talked about this yesterday and a few weeks ago too. And my theory is if you're not making at least $40 to $50 at your job per hour, you need another side income. You do. You do. Most jobs are paying about 15, 17. You might have a few $20 jobs per hour now, maybe. But again, when you think about $40, let's say you make $20 an hour, because people often fuss about the loan signing gig. It's only for paying $40, right? For a loan modification. We talked about that yesterday. Seller's package. Let me give you the price on that right quick. That's what we're talking about today. I've been seeing like $60, 70, 95, 120 if it's direct, 130 direct. Signing companies more like that, $60 to $70. And again, you can always counter. Always counter. I teach that in the pricing course. I'm not just taking anything they offer. If they need you, they will pay you. But you do have to be prepared that, hey, they're not going to give me $75 for this job. So do I want to lose the $75 and just take the 60? You know, or am I prepared to say, you know what, I don't want to do it for 60. I'm only going to do it for 75. And you get the right to do that. Okay. And just starting out, Miss Anita, you probably want to get the Start Your Notary Business book. There's a book for your state. Not sure where you're located, but that'll give you a nice overview into the business. So I neglected to say that. So go back and check out that book, Start Your Notary Business. In whatever state you are, there's one for all 50 states and DC. Okay. So, so my point is that a work notary, though, is different from being a business owner. It really is. And once you start it and you start getting those hits, like I like to call it a hit, $50 for going out and doing one paper, signing one document. All you had to do was sign it and stamp it. You like, what? It's that easy. It really is that easy. But again, I always say, you have to know your craft. You cannot just get out there and start notarizing documents, okay? It's easy, but it's not that easy. And I know people do it all the time, and after they mess it up, then they want to reach out to me. Hey, can you help me fix this? Nope. I don't even try no more. I'll be honest with you. When I get somebody nowadays, and I'm not being mean, I just can't. I cannot teach you how to be a notary in a 5-minute phone call. I just cannot. I can't. I don't even try no more. I used to, when I first started, I'd be like, girl, you need to do ABC. Can't do it no more. No more excuses in 2025. I have full-blown mentorship to teach you how to be a great notary, how to price your services, what supplies you need, what insurance you need, full-blown mentorship. So I no longer do that. I don't. I don't. I cannot help you if you don't know what you're doing. I can't. I can't even explain it. But I used to try, and it was even frustrating for the person because I'm trying to tell you something, and it's like speaking Greek to you. You don't have a clue. Anita says, yes, I'm definitely going to order your book. Yeah, check out the book first, Anita. I always say start there. And then after that, you'll be more ready to see if this is something you really want to get involved in, you know. Watch some of the channels. The channel here, I got over 1,000 videos, podcasts, everything, a lot of free information. And you really want to buckle down and get this thing under your belt and get that money, get this business going, know how to grow it, how to be a successful notary, then double back. We're going to be here. Rashante, what's up? How are you? It says, hey, how are you? I passed my class last Wednesday. As soon as I get commissioned, I will be signed up for training. Congratulations. Now, what state are you? What state are you into, Anita? Anita and Rashante, what state? And congratulations again, Miss Rashante. That's great. You are on your way. On your way. You got to get that commission. Diasia. Is it Diasia? Thank you, and I'm loving the mentorship program. Hey, Diasia. Now, you don't really come out to any of the live trainings yet. Why not? Why not? I know some people do like to just do the behind the scenes, but I find that when you get in the mix, you get in that chat, and you come to the live trainings and the live workshops, that's when your business really blows up. It really does, because you need that live piece. And that's why when I started this, initially I just gave access to the courses. $39.99. People was loving that. They was like, you mean we can watch all your stuff, Kimmi, for $39.99? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because I wasn't sure what I was doing when I started that mentorship program. I wasn't sure. Because people have been asking me for years to be their mentor, and I didn't see a way to make it work where I could still run my business, because I have my own business, right? None better. Mobile Notary. I didn't know how I could run my business and do the mentorship program. And then about a week after I rolled it out, I told my husband, I said, you know what? I think I want to offer a live component. Because this year, I really want people to win. And the only way they're going to really win, yeah, the course is amazing. All the courses are amazing. If you want to just buy them, you can. They're 60% off when 2025 is the coupon, notaryeducatorsllc.com, right? But I said, I really want people to win. And I think in order for them to win, they got to talk to me. We got to talk to them. So I brought the whole team on, and we started doing that, and people have been winning, and it's just been so freaking amazing. So I want to see you come out of the back and come to the front of the class, okay? Unless you're working or something. I know you guys catch the replays, and you can catch the replay, but it ain't nothing like that live effect. It's just not. It's just not. But I'm glad you have access to everything, so you can choose what you want to do. There's no pressure, okay? Anita says she's in Missouri. Okay, cool. Missouri, and then Rashante's in North Carolina. So your state kind of works like our state does in the South. Daisha says, I work and wanted to watch all the lessons first. Okay, that's fair. That's why I said a lot of people do like to just kind of do their training in the back. But I'm so glad you're loving it. That's the point. That is the point. And when you're ready to come in the front or whatever, we got you. We're here. You see that, okay? But I'm glad you're enjoying the classes. I'm so glad. And Rashante's in North Carolina. Okay, cool. Daisha says, I'm on Alexa setting up the Google business page, but I'm going to go back and watch all of them again. Okay, cool. Yep. So sounds like you are working the plan from behind the scenes, and I had it happen a lot. It's so funny, and I don't know if you're in the chat or not, Daisha, but just recently, it was somebody that made a comment in the chat. This is our private chat I'm referring to for members only. And in the chat, they put, "Yeah, I just did my second signing yesterday." And I was like, and they just put their initials AB. And I was like, who is AB? Because we have another AB, and that's Andrea. Shout out Andrea. And this person put in there, and they was like, "Oh, I'm loving the class. I'm loving the mentorship." And they left a 5-star review on Notary Educators Google page, and they just went on and on and on. And I was like, "Who is this?" And that was Angela. And I was like, "Angela, this other Angela, not our old Angela, the trainer." And I said, "Who is AB?" And Angela put her, because I said, "We want to give you a shout out. I mean, we want to, sing your praise or whatever." So she put in there. So she was like, "It's Angela." And I said, "Girl, why you ain't tell us about these signings?" So she been working on the back end, y'all, doing her thing. She got her business built out. She started taking signings and all this. So she didn't tell us nothing. Which you don't have to. It just, everybody's encouraged by your stories and your wins. And even when you're having your challenges, we all kind of come together and help each other. But it was just so funny. I said, "Girl, if you don't tell us who you are." So it was Angela. Shout out to Angela. All right, but very good. Sound like you are making some progress getting that business page set up. So we even help you do your Google page to the best of our ability. Now, there's a full course on that. It does take you step by step how to build out that Google page. So that's out there for you too. So I'll tell you a little bit about the mentorship program. So it includes all 16 courses, and all the way from Notarize Like a Pro, apostille, even includes apostille training. Apostille training. If you want to buy all of this separate, you can, or individually, you can pick and choose. But the apostille is there, wedding officiant, remote online notary, every single part of the business, field inspection, and fingerprinting, I-9, every single thing you think you want to know is part of that. It's even some Canva in there. Now the Canva isn't a